Ladies and gentlemen, what if? Monokuma's monologue. The world is full of ifs. If Advent hadn't tied that up with Eve, society as we know it would never be born. The world that everyone lives in just one outcome among countless ifs, and if we continue to add to the modern world, overflowing with infinite ifs. If is what's in miso soup, you know. What lies beyond this point is a scary world full of iffy, stair-feet fathers who abandon their families. A Klein bottle where the inside and outsides are filled with uncertainty. But don't break it, okay? It's so expensive that there's no way you'd ever be able to pay me back. But no matter how you look at it, ifs are simply words like any other. No matter how hypothetical the story may be, the future is the only thing that's truly foggy. And the past is more solid than the frozen banana. You can't change a conclusion that's already happened, even if you see a world that may have existed. It won't affect people living in reality. Because if is the only if, after all. Even if a parallel world exists where a particular if actually happened, humans cannot cross the boundaries between worlds that easily. No matter how far if goes, there'll always be a what-if scenario. Do you really want to see that? You've got sick interests. You mean it's an insult to Makoto and the others of the tragedy overcame? As far as I'm concerned, I'm still insulting them. If you're gonna look at if, I think it's better if you view the outside of the Klein bottle first. Might even be better if you view the ending of a video game called Danganronpa Trigger Happy Happen. Try to play it multiple times, and spend free time in Trigger and Shima at least 3 times too. Maybe ideal if you can collect all the items in movies too. But if you guys have come this far, I'm sure you already don't know that. Still, I'd buy the game if I were you. I should buy at least 2 copies if I were you. Curtain lowers. Except I actually have bought 2 copies of Danganronpa Trigger Happy Happen. One on Steam, one on Vita. What should I do with this? Makoto Nagi was at a loss. Part of the situation was extremely simple and composed of 3 key factors. The first factor was that Makoto was currently locked inside a school. Host Week Academy is a school for the privileged elite, and each student attending possesses ultimate talent. Makoto was chosen to attend Host Week Academy by a lottery held to select the ultimate lucky student. When he arrived for his first day of school, he immediately lost consciousness, and when he woke up, he saw all the exits and out windows had been sealed shut. The next factor was Monokuma, a mysterious robot, being overrated by the mastermind, and the announcement made to all the students. You'll be living your whole life in this academy, he declared. If you want to leave, then kill someone and let it become the Blackened. This strange remote-controlled robot was telling Makoto and his fellow ultimates to killing each other in exchange for their freedom. They've learned that more than one Monokuma exists, and that each one contains a bomb to prevent any of them from attacking them. On top of that, Monokuma announced that anyone who pretends to harm you will receive punishment. The third and final factor was the red button that Makoto was currently holding in his hand. The words escape button was crudely written on the button and marker. And though the first 2 factors were certainly cause of panic, Makoto only seemed at a loss over the third. During his free time, Makoto noticed that the school store was open. His curiosity got the better of him. He was overwhelmed by the disjointed atmosphere upon entering, but his attention soon focused on a strange vending machine. The words Mono Mono Machine was written on it, and it seemed to detect the strange bear pattern coins they sometimes found inside the school. It seemed like a bad idea, but Makoto thought there might be a chance that this machine could have spent some way of escaping the school. So he inserted the only coin he had into the coin slot, and that result was the escape button mentioned earlier. There's a limit to how much you can tease us. Maybe the mastermind would trap us in here making a cool joke. These thoughts filled Makoto's mind and began to feel deeply discouraged. However, there's always a chance, right? Makoto's just an ordinary boy, and he only gained entry to Host Week Academy for a lottery to find the ultimate lucky student. Maybe that luck was the real deal. This button's real, maybe come let psych. Makoto took a deep, slow breath and pressed the button. Instantly, pain burst through his entire body. Oh yeah! Makoto's arms and legs went limply off balance and fell to the floor in a crumpled heap. As he breathed heavily, it dawned on him what happened. I got electrocuted? He looked down at the button in his hand and noticed a small needle sticking out of it. Makoto quickly summarized an electric current must have been running through it. After regaining enough of his strength to stand back up, Makoto thought about it once again. Now I should have known it was a fake. Just how sick and twisted was the mastermind? My head still feels a little woozy. I should go back to my room and rest for today. With that in mind, Makoto walked out of the school store with slow, careful steps, but Makoto didn't know yet. If the escape button really was a fake, it would have been an act of mercy from the mastermind. A small, bear-shaped shadow began moving around inside the now empty school store. The shadow, Monokuma, stood before the Mono Mono machine and stared at it silently. After some time had passed, he began to laugh, a cold, hollow laugh, utterly devoid of emotion. Despite the fact that he was alone, Monokuma began to talk almost as if he was speaking to someone. Perhaps Monokuma was talking directly to the mastermind controlling him. I only put that in the Mono Mono machine because I thought it'd be interesting if one of the last few survivors happened to win it. With a success rate of 0.00001%, I never thought anyone would actually win it. I'm sure they'd expect the ultimate lucky student to overcome such impossible odds. Monokuma started flushing and breathing heavily for no apparent reason. A robot like Monokuma doesn't need to breathe, but because his technology is super advanced, he can express himself like a living creature. Makoto was chosen for a lottery, and now he's won the escape button for a lottery. This is obviously impossible, right? Is that what a miracle is? Is this all systems go towards escaping? Something that defies all common sense about to come crashing into my world? But even though I don't really want this at all, I'm starting to enjoy this new sensation. We'll be back at these commercials! Makoto's internal machinery began running at full capacity. His facial expressions began to more smoothly than any humans could. Suddenly his expressions immediately stopped and he whispered through his speakers. This is really good luck. After muttering something so ominous, Monokuma's loud screeching laughter ran jarringly through the schoolroom. The situation that was about to unfold contained two conflicting emotions in equal measure, hope and despair. The next day, nighttime, student dormitory in Makoto's room. Makoto Naegi lay on his bed, desperately struggling with the despair and hope churning within him. Monokuma had forced the students each to have to watch DVD earlier that day. Makoto tried to see this just as his parents and little sister were in danger, and he now found himself determined to leave the school. See, the other students were forced to watch shocking videos of their own. Videos so shocking that they were now determined to escape the school too, even if it meant sacrificing someone to do it. However, it was obvious that these videos were part of Monokuma's trap. As long as a student killed somebody, they were allowed to graduate and leave the academy. It seemed that the mastermind controlling Monokuma was hell-bent on making the students kill each other. But right now, Makoto was not worst worried about what Sayaka Mizuno, who seemed to be incredibly distressed after watching her DVD. Sayaka wasn't just the ultimate pop sensation, she was also Makoto's classmate when they were students at Blackwood Junior High. Her optimism had been encouraging Makoto these past few days, and he was becoming a similar source of strength for her as well. Something else I had to at least save Sayaka. As soon as Makoto thought that, he suddenly felt a small headache. Was he still reading from being punched by Mondo the other day? This is a side effect of being electrocuted by the escape button. As Makoto pondered these things, the pain slowly subsided and he returned to his determined thoughts of escape. Anyway, we all need to work together and... Huh? Then Makoto realized his goal changed slightly. We all need to? I did it would be best if everyone survived together. However, aside from Sayaka, Makoto had never met the other students before. He didn't know if they could even be trusted in the first place. But at that moment, he trusted them without even an ounce of suspicion. He believed they were worth helping each other, even at the cost of their own life. Just like Sayaka. Why? The headache struck again, as if all the blood vessels in his brain were being individually sliced open. Why did I just think that I could trust the others as much as I trust Sayaka? Makoto tried to figure out why his thought process had suddenly changed. Something was wrong. The throbbing pain in his head seemed to synchronize with a strange feeling that something was approaching him. As a ray of life began to form within the dark recesses of his own mind, the doorbell rang. Someone's here? He quickly got out of bed, but it only made the headache worse. No concern for his safety, Makoto carelessly opened the door of his room and came face to face with Sayaka. I'm really sorry to come by so late. Sayaka? The pain. What are you doing out so late? The moment he saw her face, the pulsating pain in Makoto's head began accelerating. He felt like this world would be torn apart from the inside out. Sorry to bother you, but something really weird just happened. Makoto, what's wrong? You don't look so well. Sayaka was pale and had been trembling when she came to Makoto's room, but she seemed surprised to see that his complexion was worse than her own. Oh, yeah, it's fine. It's just my head. Makoto couldn't finish his sentence. His eyes rolled back into his head as he lost consciousness and slowly fell to the floor. Sayaka's beautiful voice let out a scream. She stood over Makoto's body. The next day, the nurse's office. Oh, you're awake. Hey, you okay? How many fingers am I holding up? As Makoto regained consciousness, he was greeted by the sight of fingers along with long, thick nails being waved in his face. Huh? You're Junko, right? Hey, why do you sound so unsure? I'm a little shocked to hear you say that. Despite what she said, Junko Yoshida, the ultimate fashionista, was laughing as she found all this very amusing. Makoto looked around and realized he'd never seen this place before. It looked somewhat like a hospital. 3 beds, including his own, were lined up in the room, with various medical instruments laid around it. Black ceiling felt strange and oppressive, but as he sat up, Makoto's mind immediately centered on the one possibility. Where are we? Did we get rescued? No, that'd be nice, huh? She replied as she looked away. Junko explained this was the nurse's office on the first floor of the academy. Monokuma thinks that I can't bear to see my precious students getting sick, and having this place up in the morning. But don't you think it's suspicious? What if all these meds are poisoned? To be honest, I wouldn't be surprised. Makoto remembered his encounter with the escape button and let out a small sigh. So why am I here, Junko? You should thank Sayaka for that! She was here the whole night taking care of you. She was? Junko ignored Makoto's surprise and continued casually talking. But that time I got all fired up and was like, we should take turns watching over him. I just happened to be on duty when you woke up. Well, even then only because Byakuya ditched. I see. Thanks. Like I said, you should thank Sayaka. Anyway, how are you feeling? Is everything alright? Makoto thought about it for a moment and remembered what he had been thinking about just before he lost consciousness. This is kind of weird, but... Actually, it's a really weird question, but... What's up? Junko, we never met each other before, right? Upon hearing it, Junko's eyes widened, but a few seconds later she began to laugh. Oh, are you for real? That pickup line is like so totally played out, you know? Even though she was grinning, a serious look came over her face. Just so you know, you shouldn't expect anything like that from me. I know I look this way, but I take my virtue pretty seriously. No, I never expected. That's what I figured. It's obvious that you're a total Omega male anyway. Makoto and Junko continued to talk to one another. Although he wondered why Junko was talking to him instead of leaving to get the others, Makoto didn't question it. He just wanted to talk to someone. Anyone. As long as he interacted with his fellow students, he believed he would learn the truth about what was going on inside his head. 10 minutes later, Junko mostly talked about alpha males and omega males, the time being homeless, and about past and the dreams of the future. The last topic was a lot heavier than the previous one, but Makoto's calm demeanor seemed to cheer her up. She smiled sincerely and said softly, Thanks, Makoto. Maybe a sign of gratitude for listening to her troubles, but she kept the same smile as she blurted out something horrifying. In return, I promise if I do decide to kill someone, it won't be you. Say scary stuff like that. At least that's what Makoto thought, but the words that came out of his mouth reflected a different sentiment. I see. Thanks, but I wouldn't want you to become the Black in the first place. For some reason, Makoto felt like the murderous words that came out of Junko's mouth seemed like a natural thing for her to say. She seemed very surprised by Makoto's response and quickly blurted out, "Huh, are you serious? I was just kidding." Oh yeah, of course. Sorry for acting so weird. No worries, let's just talk this up to you being woozy from your recovery. She returned to her usual bubbly self and let out a big stretch and turned to Makoto. I'm gonna get going now. Make sure you don't get killed before the next person arrives. After seeing her off, Makoto lay back down in the bed and started thinking to himself. Why is this strange feeling? His dull headache continued as his thoughts began to blur. I was just talking to Junko. I felt like I was talking to someone else. Who is she? The more it felt like his memories were sinking into a thick swamp. His throb of pain pulsing in his head felt like a wave at the surface of that swamp. What is this feeling? It felt very unpleasant, as though someone's voice was screaming at him from inside of his head. Makoto tried to organize his thoughts and go over everything that had happened to him, but he was interrupted by the sound of a bell. Unlike that dorm room, the nurse's office didn't have a doorbell. The bell sound that Makoto heard was ringing throughout the entire building. Ahem, ahem, testing, mic check, 1, 2. This is the test of the school broadcast system. It was Monokuma's voice. Now that Makoto has finally woken up, please assemble at the gym. Makoto listened to Monokuma's heart this order and got out of bed without complaining. I have to go. He walked one step at a time in accordance with the rhythm of his throbbing headache. Slowly he walked forward, not knowing if where he was headed was heaven or hell. The gym. Makoto, are you alright? Seika ran up to Makoto as soon as he entered the gym. Yeah, thanks. Sorry about yesterday. I guess I was really worried you. Please don't apologize. I'm sorry too. I barged into your room while you were feeling well. Now that you mentioned it, said Makoto. What happened yesterday? Seika looked away for a brief moment, but immediately turned back, smiled a pop sensation smile, and shook her head. No, it's nothing. I'll tell you some other time. Huh? While they were talking, Kiyotaka Ishimaru, the ultimate moral compass, stepped forward, pointing an accusatory finger at Makoto. You're late, Makoto! Explain why you were tardy! The other students quickly raised their eyebrows as if they were thinking, why is this guy yelling at someone who was sick? However, Makoto just smiled gently and answered him honestly. I didn't feel well as I was resting in the nurse's office. Can you note that in your daily logbook? I see, that's consistent with my information. If that's the case, I shall consider this matter settled. The conversation progressed smoothly, and Taka smiled as he kept talking. Take full responsibility for recording it. You just focus on recovering. If you ever feel ill, please report to the health committee. Seems we need to appoint health committee members at this meeting, huh? Taka walked away, mumbling to himself as he opened the daily logbook he found in the academy supply room. Celestia Ludenberg, the ultimate gambler, saw the whole conversation and walked up to Makoto. Despite his unreasonable behavior, you knew exactly what to say to him. As soon as Celeste said that, it dawned on Makoto. Sure, he didn't feel well, and he had been resting in his nurse's office. When Taka asked him why he was late, even though he should have already known the reason, Makoto didn't feel annoyed or disappointed at all. Except he expected Taka to say that. Makoto felt strange that he accepted Taka's personality so quickly. He couldn't understand why he asked Taka to do something as unnecessary as recording in the daily logbook in the first place. Why did I say that? It's like I was used to it. His response to Taka's demands came as naturally to him as breathing. Why? Every time he tried to think about it, his headache grew even worse, as Makoto struggled to think through the pain of his headaches. A black and white stuffed animal jumped out from behind the gym's podium and began twirling around as he spoke in a different voice. Hey guys, is everyone here? Sounded like he was about to lead the students on the field trip. Not a single one of them had a smile on their face. What is it this time? Are we gonna hijack a cruise ship and run into a gigantic worm? Of course, there was one exception. Yasuhiro Hagakura, the ultimate clairvoyant, still believed that the situation was some kind of planned event. Monokuma just ignored it and continued to address the students with his audible voice. Today I'm going to tell you about a wonderful academy system. System sure sounds like a great word, don't you think? It brings some danger, just like up there. I want you all to trample over the depths of your friends and grow up to have heart and hearts. It's good to be a little naughty. I want you all to grow poisonous personalities. After making his nonsensical introduction, Monokuma moved on to the next topic. With this, he began providing a detailed explanation of the most vile system in the school. The class trial. Now, you can't just kill someone, you gotta kill someone without anyone else finding out you did it. Monokuma talked about this horrible graduation program with casual indifference, but because the killing hadn't happened yet, his lecture didn't instill any despair in the students. As long as killing never occurred, there'd be no point to the class trial, and no one could really say that the killing wasn't going to happen. As the students' suspicion began to rise, Monokuma continued to explain the class trial until... Wait, hold on a second. As Monokuma began to explain the exceptions that would save his punishment, one girl stepped forward. Junko? As soon as she saw how angry she was, the rhythm of Makoto's headache began to change slightly. You're freaking insane, you know that? The girl continued to complain angrily. She seemed completely different from the smiling face Makoto saw in the nurse's office. Was Junko always like that? No, she's different. That's how Junko acts, but... Is that person really Junko? Wait, what am I thinking? As Makoto struggled with his headache and confusion, Monokuma and the girl continued to argue. What? So you're saying you're not going to participate in the trial? Only punishment waits is blasphemy. What? Punishment? I might, I don't know, throw you a deep, dark, scary prison or something. Different. The strange feeling he felt was now directed at Monokuma. A prison? No, they aren't that kind. A series of images flashed into Makoto's mind, and at first he thought it was some kind of parade. But I quickly realized that was a mistake. Well, it looked like the lights were actually building and engulfed in flames. The red decorating the scene seemed to have come from human bodies. Despair. It wasn't confined to the academy or even to Japan. Images of worldwide death and destruction flooded Makoto's brain with every throb of his headache. I've seen this before. Besides that indescribable violence taking place in all these images, there was only one thing they had in common. Who are they? They're rampaging terrorists wearing black and white masks were wreaking havoc in these images. They took everything, money, valuable lives, families, dignity, the past, the future, and possibly even hope. The masks these terrorists were wearing perfectly resembled the face of the stuffed animal arguing with the student before him. Shut the hell up! Say whatever you want, I'm not gonna be part of this! Don't be so selfish. You're the one being selfish. Kill whoever you want, it's got nothing to do with me. The evil's standing there before me. I'm trembling with fear. Don't give such evil. It's my stop to stick it out and resist to the very end. If you really want to get out of here, you have to go for me first. Monokuma swung his arms wildly as he charged at the girl with waddling steps. The girl stopped at the self-proclaimed headmaster of the Academy of the Eves. Yume! Yume! Shit. Are you enjoying yourself now? Beneath the girl's foot, Monokuma looked up into the girl's cold eyes and calmly asked, Are you... Huh? Violence against Headmaster Monokuma is not allowed! You violated the school regulation. At that moment, a chill ran down Makoto's spine. She's going to get killed. Monokuma's words sounded very threatening to him. It wasn't a prediction or a guess. It was as if she knew the danger Monokuma posed from the start. This continued, Junko was going to... His mind still didn't fully grasp the situation unfolding in front of him. By the time he realized he was about to remember something, he was already running forward. Junko? The impact of his feet combined with the rhythm of his headache, sending his brain and heart into a panic. No, she's different. She's... I invoked the mighty summon spell! Help to me, godly spirit Gungnir! Monokuma wiggled beneath the girl's foot and let out a scream. At the exact moment Makoto charged at her and screamed out. Mukuro, watch out! Huh? Makoto's integral energy was behind the rise and shot. As it evaded the charging Makoto, she jumped back to agility unheard of in a teenage high school girl. And then, right at that moment, countless spears pierced the spot where she was standing such a split second ago. All the students, including the girl, stared wide-eyed at the sudden turn of events. Spears, too many of them to count, shot out from blinding speed from the mechanism and stolen the form towards the gym. However, Makoto was unable to notice this. Huh, why did I call Junko Mukuro? Mukuro? As that thought entered his mind, a sharp, sudden impact struck his side, followed by an intense, deathly pain that ran out his spine and spread through the entire body. The spear stabbed into his side, instantly tore his flesh to shreds and shot out his back with his blood and unbodied fluids. At that moment, the black fog that engulfed Makoto's mind was consumed by death itself. As his consciousness slowly faded, he remembered everything. Because of the electric jolt in the chemical compound from the escape button, because of that button that he found by chance, Makoto managed to escape. He escaped this hopeless game where he and his fellow students had their memories stolen and were forced to kill each other. Of course, that escape is also what led to his current life with their predicament. In the end, perhaps he only escaped from one despair to fall into another. But at the same time, his actions led unintended consequences from one person, the girl living a false identity as her beloved little sister, Junko Enoshima. Mukuro Ikusabe, the ultimate soldier, the member of Ultimate Despair. The past, the future, perhaps even the hope itself, are on the path to despair. And so the curtain falls on Makoto's story for now. From this point, the story is about a certain girl. A girl is more pitiful than anyone else in this sealed-off academy. A new curtain, along with new despair, shall now rise. Huh? Time has certainly stopped for Mukuro Ikusabe. It was as if everyone around her had frozen perfectly still. In fact, she was known as the ultimate soldier. She had experienced this feeling before, during her time with the mercenary group Fenrir. In a situation where she was surrounded by a hopeless number of enemies in the jungle, in the desert ruin. The charging enemies seemed as though they were frozen in time, which allowed her to claim a decisive victory in all her battles. This wasn't a battlefield, so why did this familiar sensation to activate once again? In order to understand what was happened, Mukuro slowly tried to assess the situation from within the frozen world. Junko and Mukuro is both children of despair, but Junko Enoshima, true ultimate despair, harbors a far deeper darkness within her. But their last names are different. Mukuro is Junko's older sister, connected by the bonds of blood. She cooperated with Junko's hopeless plan and impersonated her under the pretense of participating in the killing game alongside her classmates. According to the plan, Mukuro was supposed to oppose Monokuma, who her sister was controlling, and be locked in the dungeon as punishment. Isolated from the others, she would then escape the dungeon and perform various acts intended to deprive the students of hope. That was the role she had been assigned. When Makoto succumbed to his headache, Junko ordered her to see if the shock caused him to remember anything that could make him a liability. He woke up as she was tending to him, so he made small talk with him. But she didn't notice any change in his behavior. Until this point, she was certain that there shouldn't be any problems. Nothing could possibly go wrong. She stomped on Monokuma little like her sister ordered her to do, and flawlessly spoke the lines she was taught to memorize. Afterwards, she would fall through a trapdoor in the dungeon and remain isolated from the other students. That was her role. She hadn't done anything wrong. There were no problems. There were no problems. She repeated that to herself over and over like a silent prayer. And that frozen moment in time when she saw was not a trapdoor, but countless spears. One of them had skewered Makoto through his side. Why? Makoto? Why are there spears? Gungnir? I would have died if I hadn't moved. Did Junko mess up the plan? Junko would never mess up. Was she trying to kill me? Me! Makoto saved me? Why? Why did he say my name? Did the memories come back? Did I not realize that? Did I make a mistake? Is that why Junko got angry? Is this punishment? Is this my fault? Junko tried to kill me. Kill me. Kill me. Kill me. Slowly, time came back to her world. Mukuro could feel her face turning pale as she slowly looked towards Makoto. Student screams rang throughout the gym. Sayaka was probably the first one to scream. But who screamed first didn't matter to Mukuro. Makoto. Why? Makoto was the ultimate lucky student. He had been a classmate for the past 10 years, and now sacrificed to despair. Not long ago, he had given her answer of sorts during a conversation in the nurse's office. It was just a pawn in the plan of her sister had devised. But now a feeling of doubt began forming in Mukuro's mind. What do they want from Makoto? As her heart churned restlessly, she continued to think. In return, sorry. In return, I promise that if I do decide to kill someone, it won't be you. Was I impersonating Junko then? Did I really mean that? When did I start feeling this doubt? It was now the moment he'd saved me. Or when he'd spoken to the nurse's office earlier. When I first confronted him about his killing game before his memory was there. Was it before even that? Mukuro stood there, confused and overwhelmed as Makoto slowly opened his eyes, the spirit of impending put aside. Mukuro. Makoto, are you okay? Mukuro is no longer impersonating the ultimate fashionista. Looking up from the floor of the gym, Makoto asked, Why are you dressed up like good Junko? He was smiling. Maybe he couldn't feel the pain anymore. Maybe he was being affected by something else. Regardless, Makoto ignored the fact that he was dying just to give Mukuro his warm smile. I'm glad you're safe, Mukuro. As soon as he heard Makoto's weak, fading voice, something inside Mukuro snapped. For when the shell of despair she had built up, an intense emotion began flowing out. No, this is all wrong. She couldn't hold back that emotion any longer. No. And for the first time in her entire life, Mukuro released a scream into the world. As Mukuro fell to her knees and clutched her head, a small shadow started walking towards her back. Stuffed animal had been under her foot. Monokuma! His claws were steadied and no longer walked with his usual waddle. Instead, he moved like a beast, silently stalking his prey, slowly advanced from his target's blind spot. As he inched closer to Mukuro, Monokuma raised his razor-sharp claws, crouched on his haunches, and suddenly left towards the back of her neck. However, just before those claws could reach to paralyze Mukuro, a dark shadow moved in from the side and swatted those claws away with one blow. As long as deflected, Monokuma was sent flying to the air, spinning wildly, crashing into the wall. Damn you, what are you trying to do? Sakura Ogami, the ultimate martial artist, just prevented another tragedy. She stood before Monokuma and addressed him in a loud, booming voice. Not only did you attempt to kill Junko for violating school regulations, you attacked Makoto. I had nothing to do with this. If you plan to continue acting in such a savage manner, there's no reason for us to play along with your game. Yakuya Ogami, the ultimate affluent progeny, smirked condescendingly at Sakura. Fool. One could say you've now violated the school regulations for your senseless actions. Most if he honestly did not care if his fellow students lived or died at all. Well, she really defected the headmaster's attack just now, so I don't think it truly counts as an act of violence. Like the Yakuya student of phase as she tried to him over his words. However, the banter between the two was enough to stir the Sunside students into action. Makoto! Sayaka was the first one to run towards Makoto, who lay bleeding from his stomach. Monokuma stopped her, shouting in a tone of voice that seemed completely out of character. Be careful, don't get close to those two! Huh? Startled by Monokuma's desperate tone, Sayaka and the others stopped moving almost instinctively. Students looked around at each other. Instead of the usual playful gait, Monokuma walked towards her with deliberate, methodical steps, and then he suddenly blurted out something that took everyone, including Mukuro, by surprise. I'm sure you're probably confused by the sudden turn of events, but I want you guys to work together! As Mukuro slowly turned her head towards Monokuma, he pointed at her and yelled, Mukuro, Kusabi, and the accomplice of Makoto and Egi are the terrorists responsible for locking you all inside the academy! Once again, time stopped for Mukuro, but this time she wasn't the only one affected. Everyone seemed to be frozen in shock. After a few seconds of silence, Sahina, the ultimate swimming pro, spoke first. Huh? You're kidding, right? I mean, Makoto's a terrorist? That's impossible! I mean, who's Mukuro anyway? I mean, that's Junko. Monokuma began slowly explaining to Aoi. Real Junko must be in prison somewhere inside the school. Worst case scenario, she might be killed. Mukuro must have searched for one of the easiest for her to impersonate and hid among you all by training to be here. She was all trying to make sure the killing game went smoothly, you know? Slowly, Monokuma's hands and feet began jerking in awkward motions. He looked at the other students and introduced himself. I'm Bashiki Matari, the ultimate hacker. I'm the upperclassman that hacked into the academy from the outside and was able to finally take control of Monokuma's body just a while ago. Take control? From who? From the head of the terrorist organization that's controlling this rebel from the outside. What? What are you saying, Junko? Mukuro trembled as she heard the words coming out of Monokuma's mouth. For a brief moment, she clung to hope that her sister wasn't trying to kill her, but as soon as the hope was born, his being consumed by despair. Junko had the power to transform hope into despair. She would never let anyone hack her that easily. There's only one explanation. Junko was pretending to be someone named Bashiki in order to frame Mukuro and Makoto. So that was Junko who was using his Bible as a branching path led to the students to this different despair. Mukuro continued talking, telling the students more lies designed to prod them into action. When you first day hosting Academy, you guys were exposed to sleeping gas, knocked unconscious, and taken hostage. Mukuro and Makoto are probably the only operatives that the terrorists sent inside the school. That means they probably know how to escape from here. Then Monokuma turned to face Mukuro. Mukuro Kusabi was a member of a mercenary group called Fenrir. She wanted a criminal who's killed over 10,000 associates with the school. Not 10 people even. So it gets soft and think you can capture her alive. In fact, that's exactly what the cops told me, so the moment I saw an opening, I tried hacking the trap they set and tried to kill her. What about Makoto? Makoto gave a cold, emotionless answer to Sayaka's question. My guess is that it means your ultimate lucky student didn't stand a chance of defeating a group like Fenrir. It's probably threatening and forced to cooperate before he entered the school. Or judging from his earlier actions, maybe Mukuro seduced him. Sayaka's face went pale and she heard the answer, and immediately stopped talking. Mukuro raised her head and shouted, "You're wrong, Makoto isn't terrorist, you all have to believe me." Hojian fell silent, and then, as if he was speaking for everyone there, Taka stepped forward and nervously asked, "Hold on, what do you mean Makoto isn't a terrorist?" "It sounds like you're saying there's no doubt that you, in fact, are a terrorist." "I ask that you correct yourself at once and say we are not terrorists." Celeste began expressing her own doubts as well. It is strange. Does it not seem odd that she is so protective of someone who we all just met a few days ago? Mukuro stood in silence. The other students began to fill with suspicion and doubt. They realized they weren't looking at the real Junko Inoshima. Tiaki pushed up his glasses and began coldly pointing out what seemed to be out of place to him. "Oh, that fool Makoto, or whatever his name is, called you Mukuro instead of Junko. How would Makoto know that your name is really Mukuro if he just met you not that long ago?" "That's... also heard of Fenrir, then you Baku... yeah. As I recall, its members have a tattoo somewhere on their body." Instinctively, Byakuya's words put Mukuro into a calm state of mind. In also situations where defensive reflexes as the ultimate soldier often manifested themselves, Mukuro's tattoo was on the back of her right hand. I don't know how she could hide this from the other students without also calling attention to it. But in the end, this concern was in vain. If the police's records are true, they should have a tattoo on her back of her right hand. Monokuma freely divulged the information. "Alright!" cried Taka in his voice filled with enthusiasm. "Show us the back of your right hand and prove your innocence!" Monokuma dispensed another unnecessary remark. "Make sure you look real close, you might cover it up with foundation." Mukuro ordered Mukuro to hide her tattoo with foundation, so Monokuma's information was entirely true. There's nothing Mukuro could do except stay quiet. However, she wasn't staying quiet because her identity was about to be exposed. She was shocked by the realization that her sister was completely serious about pinning this on her. "Why the hesitation?" shouted fully honest Taka. "It's my classmate, I have complete faith in you!" From behind, Infumi Yamada, the ultimate fanfic creator, murmured to himself and cold sweat ran down his cheeks. "Now look at that, I guess that's what they call a checkmate, huh? Why don't you just fess up already, you fucking bastard?" Unconscious that he moved through me, wonder a while that the ultimate biker gang leader was already pissed. However, there was some students who were busy questioning Monokuma instead of Mukuro. "Hey, you're not coming to save us?" shouted Leon Kawada, the ultimate baseball star. "You should hurry up and charge in here already!" Monokuma looked at Leon and shook his head softly. "The police can't help you right now. Not only are you guys hostages, plus what the entire school has been rigged with explosives and poisonous gas. I can do this Monokuma robot to investigate that for myself." "Then what about everyone on that DVD? What about everyone outside the school?" asked Sayaka. The memory of the DVD I was forced to watch yesterday still weighed heavily on her mind, but Monokuma didn't have a clear answer. "I don't know anything about any DVDs, but there are definitely terrorists causing havoc out there. Law enforcement around the world is shambles trying to deal with this." "That's impossible." Sayaka shuddered back to her knees. Sayaka! Next to her, Chihiro Fujisaki, the ultimate program, was unsure about what she would do. Behind her, two girls stood silently. First was Toka Fukawa, the ultimate writing prodigy. She seemed to be trying very hard not to look at Makoto as he lay bleeding. The other was a quiet girl and talked about much, named Kyoko Kirigiri. Unlike Toko, Kyoko was watching everything intently as she was studying the scene of the crime. From Makoto's breathing patterns to subtle changes in Mukuro's facial expression, nothing was escaping her attention. Suddenly, Toko began nervously talking to Sakura. "So anyway, let's say that Mukuro, woman, or whatever out there is such a terrorist. Hurry up and beat her to death with something." "We don't know that yet," said Sakura. "My fists do not meet our justice based on civil speculation." Sakura tried to get near Makoto to examine his wounds, but Makoto stood in her way, shouting, "Don't come any closer!" She said that Mukuro was the only one who could get close to Makoto. She had ended countless lives on the battlefield. She knew from experience. If she didn't treat Makoto's wounds, he would die. His wounds were not immediately fatal, but if he continued losing blood, he would eventually slip into shock and die shortly thereafter. "Please, you need to treat Makoto first." "Absolutely not," said Byakuya, harshly interrupting Mukuro. "Tying you up and examining the back of your right hand is our first priority." "Hey, Makoto's in danger!" "Now's not the time for that," said Aoi, who was cast a worried glance at Makoto. She was still having trouble understanding the situation and hadn't decided if Makoto was suspicious or not. Byakuya was about to snap back at her, but Mukuro's actions started him into silence. She took a deep breath and then Mukuro removed the blonde wig from her head. Where there were two long blonde pigtails only a moment before, there was now short black hair. She cleared her face all of emotion, and when she spoke, her voice rang throughout the gym. "I'm not Junko Inoshima. My name is Mukuro Ikusawa." The student stared wide-eyed at her open confession. All she did was remove her wig and clear her emotions. But in doing so, the person the students had recognized as Junko Inoshima vanished from their sight. The terrorist that had taken her place continued to speak in a calm, stoic tone. "I helped lock everyone inside this academy. The confession of a seaside cliff moment was finally arrived." Then we blurted out. "Whoa, our wigs aren't against school regulations, Junko. I mean, Mukuro," shouted Taka. As if stirred by their cries of excitement, the other students began clamoring amongst themselves. Huh? Said Yasuhiro. So Makoto's wounds are like real? Does that mean there's stuff about terrorists and whichever is all real too? So everything that's happened these past few days wasn't a bunch of overstaged events? As the reality situation began dawning on Yasuhiro, all Leon could say to him was, "Shut the hell up!" Yaki just remained calm and addressed Mukuro in a condescending manner. What does your group want? If you want to go after money, you already tried to negotiate with me. Of course, I'd rather let them die than surrender to your random demands. Our purpose is to fill the world with despair. Byakuya scoffed at this notion and began to speak once again. I see. Monokuma said something similar, so that ideology is what fuels your terrorism. It's true, if you did anything to me, you would certainly fill the world with despair, but obviously that would be impossible for you. I couldn't believe what Byakuya was saying, and frowned as she muttered. How self-centered can you be? After confirming that Byakuya had no more questions for her, Mukuro looked at Makoto, whose breathing had slowed and let her voice show some emotion. But Makoto has nothing to do with this. You can't believe what Monokuma says. What did you say, bitch? Shouted Mondo. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. You're a terrorist, just like Monokuma said. Mukuro looked away from Mondo and continued speaking. That's true, but Makoto wasn't involved at all. Celeste coldly brushed her rejection aside. I do not think trying to protect him will do you any good. After all, we heard Makoto call you by your real name. That's... She has no words. There was nothing she could say to protect Makoto, even though Makoto was truly innocent. Though Mukuro was the ultimate soldier, her prowess was largely limited to battle. Even a normal high school student could outwit her when it comes to debate and negotiation. If she were the ultimate negotiator, she might have been able to convince them that their memories have really been erased. But in the current situation, if she tried to bring up the memory loss, I think it was a desperate excuse. Even Mukuro knew that. Even if she didn't know what to say, she still knew what to do. Right now, we need to treat Makoto first. Then she started walking towards Makoto as if nothing happened. The opposite seemed like Mukuro decided to abruptly change the subject. Hold it, we immediately take Makoto to the nurse's office for treatment. However, we must tie you up. This was Sakura's honest demand. There was no way Mukuro could accept it. If she was separated from Makoto, there'd be no telling what Monokuma would do to him. And between Mondo's hot temper and Byakuya's cold heart, Makoto could easily sustain further injuries on the pretext of interrogation. Furthermore, among these students, Mukuro knew she was the only one who had experienced treating wounds due to her time with Fenrir. After mulling that over, she narrowed her eyes and went silent. Her mind was made up. She was determined to fight her way out of here and escape from Makoto. I apologize, but I need you to fall asleep right now. And she said that Sakura instantly positioned herself between Mukuro. She was completely within her blind spot. To a normal person, it would have seemed like Sakura had suddenly vanished. After moving faster than any human being could see, Sakura's equally fast hands launched a blow towards the back of Mukuro's neck. However, sorry Sakura, but I need to get out of here. Mukuro parried Sakura's fist with a spinning roundhouse kick. Sakura raised an eyebrow at the unexpected counterattack. Mukuro tried to use the momentum of her kick to sweep Sakura's feet out from under her. However, Sakura dodged and instinctively struck back against Mukuro's pivot leg. Mukuro was faster and jumped up, aiming a tornado kick towards Sakura's chin. Sakura deflected the attack with one arm, and both combatants leapt backwards, glared and charged simultaneously. Every blow they dealt was parried and countered by the other, and though they were both unarmed, the sound of their battle echoed throughout the gym. It was like a typhoon to be compressed to the side of a car and set loose inside the gym. The other students went powerless to stop them. All they could do was stare at the breathtaking dance of death unfolding before them. After 10 minutes had passed, the enormous sound of one final impact rang throughout the gym. The two warriors stepped back once again and breathed heavily as they stared each other down. My mistake, though it's only a few days. I cannot believe I did not notice such an impressive fighter was hiding among us. In addition to the surprise Sakura felt, it was as if the battle had left her energized. Mukuro, on the other hand, looked down at her arm, who had been wounded during the battle, and thought to herself, she's strong. I don't think Sakura is even taking this seriously right now. Despite being constantly surrounded by firearms, blades, traps, and explosives during her time with the Fenrir, it's the first time she ever been wounded. Mukuro is powerless before the might of the woman known as the ultimate martial artist and the strongest woman in the world. Just like I thought, I can't beat Sakura in my bare hands alone. If she had been directly ordered to kill Sakura, Mukuro would have opted to either snipe her from a distance or poison her. At this close range, he would need an assault rifle just to stand a fighting chance. I don't have time for this. She looked at Makoto and heard that his breathing had grown even shallower. I needed to hurry. But at that moment, she had no one to turn to for help. Suddenly, Mukuro had an idea. It was true that getting an ally in this situation was impossible. However, she could still turn to one person in her enemy's enemy. Mukuro took a deep breath before she charged at Sakura. Then she immediately fainted and charged at a different girl, Toko, who had been cowering in fear from the battle between Sakura and Mukuro in the corner of the gym. This is bad. Sakura was caught off guard, tried to run after her, but Mukuro was one step ahead and reached Toko first. Huh? Why me? I'm sorry. Wait, hold on. Mukuro jabbed towards Toko in her solar plexus as she fell into her arms. Toko and I yelled out in shock. This is bad. She plans to use Toko as a hostage. It's Toko! In contrast to their shocked faces, Byakuya just snickered and calmly remarked, You fool, do you really think you could take someone we just met a few days ago as your hostage? Mukuro just softly glanced at Byakuya and replied, You didn't meet her a few days ago. What did you say? You met her 2 years ago. Byakuya scowled. Mukuro ignored him and held a bloody arm in front of Toko's face. Then she yelled into her ears, "Wake up, Genocide Jack!" It seemed so random and out of place. Why would Mukuro mention the name of a notorious serial killer right now? The students looked at each other with confusion when suddenly, Toko, who had been groaning in pain, suddenly kicked off the floor with Jim with renewed vigor. She stepped into the air, much higher than any normal human is able to. While hovering several meters in midair, Toko twirled fast into a professional figure skater that caused the skirt to flutter, revealing multiple pairs of sparkling scissors. Countless tally marks were scratched into her leg like a kill count carved into a fighter jet. If not for the situation, Toko's glamorous jumps and spins would have been a sight to behold. The girl formerly known as Toko Fukawa, yeah, I don't know if that's a typo or not, cackled wildly, her red eyes and sparkling as her absurd long tongue flopped out of her mouth. You call for me, and so I appear. I've got a murder IOU for YOU! Toko? The situation had changed so drastically that even Sayako, silent on us, woke up. Hey, you flash in the pan! Don't you just eject with that depressing little 4 eyes? That dirty girl doesn't bathe for herself at all, so I gotta put in 5 times the effort to rub myself down in the shower. Eek. Toko's sudden change of personality sent the students clamoring among themselves. Hey, Leon yelled, what the hell does that mean? Monokuma just shook his head. There are some things that even I don't understand. Students continued to panic at the strange turn of events. Toko, now calling herself Genocide Jack, took out a set of scissors from under her skirt, snipped and pleased, she looked around the gym. Huh? Man, it's been a while since I got to stretch my legs, so what are you guys gonna do here at the gym while I was snoozing away? Have an orgy? I understand, I totally understand. You guys need me to cut up your clothes so you can feel even naughtier. Yeah, right, what the hell did I do that for you dumbasses? My scissors are only meant for cutting the supple, tender flesh of adorable boys. Genocide Jack was causing a ruckus, but when she saw Makoto lying on the floor, she tilted her head once again. Huh? Big Mac, you're like totally about to die! What's the deal? What's the world for you so much despair you all came here to commit mass suicide? That's so hard, but why are you staring without me? Toko, bright eye, get a hold of yourself! Genocide Jack ignored Aoi and let her emotions run unchecked, jumping and dancing with excitement as she held her scissors. Oh, jeez, I want to stab Big Mac's side myself! This spot right here, where the ribs are kind of showing already. He's not even screaming right now, though. What does that mean? Oh well, maybe I could just get used to this feeling of alienation instead. I have no idea what's going on anymore, shouted Yasuhiro. This is the alien's fault. Yasu buried his head into his arms, but no one was paying attention to it. Soon's attention was entirely focused on Genocide Jack. Using that to her advantage, Mukuro began sneaking over to Makoto. As she cautiously picked him up, she confirmed that his body temperature was starting to decrease. I could still make it there in time. As she was carrying another person, Mukuro managed to soften the sound of her footsteps as she ran for the gym's doors. By the time the students heard Mukuro open the door, it was already too late. She managed to escape the gym with Makoto. However, everyone was unaware of what Mukuro was doing. Monokuma saw the movements at the corner of his eye, but no, chose not to tell the students. And one other person, Kyoko Kirigiri. She saw Mukuro carry Makoto away, but did not inform the others that she watched him leave in silence. As everyone wrestled with their own personal thoughts and speculations, Host Academy began walking a path towards a completely different chaos. With Makoto on her back, Mukuro took several trophies from the gym entrance hall, and after passing through the door leading to the hallway, she jammed the trophies through the drawer handles. Though Sakura could easily destroy the makeshift locks, it should buy Mukuro a few extra seconds. Mukuro started running to the nurse's office, the place she last spoke to Makoto. Everything needs to say for performing the first aid could be found there. The little sister was her enemy. Fellow Ultimate students were her enemy. Her only ally right now was Makoto, who was on the verge of death. Mukuro knew that even if she wasn't her own ally right now, amidst all the chaos, amidst the sister's betrayal and nearly being killed, she believed. She believed she was the only one who truly understood her little sister. That's why she felt like she had to protect her. That's right, you didn't do anything wrong, Junko. You just wanted to feel despair, that's all, right? Because you love me, that's why you wanted to kill me. You were just trying to feel despair, right? I'm sorry I failed to bring despair. At the same time, she wondered if she had saved Makoto and betrayed her sister by disrupting her plan. Wouldn't that fill her with an even stronger despair? Wouldn't that make her happy? But betray Junko. What should I do? Mukuro closed her eyes and listened to Makoto's weak breaths. What should I do, Makoto? On a battlefield where all you need to do is kill and survive, Mukuro was invincible. She could suppress all her emotions and fully immerse herself into becoming a perfect killing machine. But on this twisted battlefield of daily high school life, she could no longer keep her emotions in check, especially around her little sister. Mukuro, the ultimate soldier, was beginning to question being ultimate despair. The impulses of the normal high school girl inside her were starting to affect her state of mind. Even so, the poor girl continued to run through the dark hallways, clinging to the conflict within herself. She was now walking along a narrow, hair-thin path. A path between the hope of Makoto Naegi and the despair of Junko Enoshima. Meanwhile, everyone was still in the gym left in the state of complete confusion. Toko's favorites were being a prolific author, but even though she came across as unsociable and depressing, her mind-blowing transformation seemed to have just tossed all that aside. Toko is Genocide Jack? Tiger trembled with fear as Jack tilted her head and stuck out her long tongue. Huh? What's in this reception, you guys? You guys didn't know who I was? How I've been found out? Where have you known all along? And why was the Southern Samurai just like that? That outfit didn't look good on her at all. The Southern Samurai is probably referring to Mukuro, which means Toko already knew Mukuro in advance. Confronted by that shocking truth, the students had no idea where to begin talking. So many things were clearly wrong by this point. But there were a few students, such as Byakuya and Koryoko, who opted to remain calm and observe the situation. Alright, someone better spill it. Who gave Makoto an extra mouth to feed? I don't care if you want to stab him or slice him, I just can't forget forever to put that ugly asshole in Big Mac's side! Toko, just like Jack, spun the scissors in her hand. As she spoke, her emotions and facial expressions constantly changed. Even without the threat of the scissors, she exuded an aura of danger that made her unapproachable. The flank stick of a young boy like macaroons is like a blue bird that pops out a golden egg. If you just let me handle that, I would kill him so good, even Tiltil and Miltil would be eager to die. But poor Makuti's heart and soul had been stomped on by such a sloppy kill. That actually sounds pretty exciting too, but I decline! Toko, you're not making any sense, screamed I. Well, what happened to you? Just like Jack answered by putting her scissors in eye. What happened to me? Well, I got bored, that's why. That Sourpuss locked me up a few days ago, but when she went unconscious, I thought I'd finally get to do my thing. But I woke up for all this? My cutie's soaked with blood, and I got no clue what's going on. It's so damn confusing, all I could do was laugh. No one seemed to be able to get a straight answer out of Jack, so Fumi made a timid remark. I delve into girls this in my 2D dating games, but this doesn't even compare. That isn't triple S difficulty level to clear her. I can't even think about her as someone who's worth clearing, mumbled Leon. It was clear that things were going nowhere. As if she was responding to everyone else's expectations, Sakura stepped forward. She might be in a throes of confusion. I should try to restrain it for now. As soon as she heard that, just like Jack stopped moving, stuck out a lizard-like tongue and grinned wickedly. Oh, what's up? Are you really gonna fight me, Battle Ogre? Too bad, my lovely scissors are ready for cutting for adorable boys. Well, just stay home. I won't take my scissors with your filthy blood. Replied Sakura, seeing my word of uses on you. Sakura entered a fighter's stance, determined to restrain Jack, but Jack knew she couldn't win in a fair fight, and adopted a strange stance of her own. In a normal fight, Jack would obviously lose to the ogre, but if Jack would just focus on just dodging attacks, the outcome of the fight would be hard to foresee. Of course, just like Jack's physical abilities were only options to few of the students in the first place. Two women exchanged hostile stares, and the other students gulped in nervously and watched. Except for one. Kyoko was watching something else. She was watching Monokuma, who was in the corner of the gym, unmoving as white noise emitted from the speaker. He had stopped moving the moment everyone's attention focused on Sakura and Toko. It's possible that Madai's hacking had been disrupted, but an infinite number of possibilities were also swirling around in Kyoko's mind. She brushed her back her hair with a gloved hand and continued to watch. Though she couldn't fully remember her talent, the actions she was taking right now were fueled by pure instinct. Strange situations that kept occurring in front of her were shaking to its very core. Mind worked diligently from scoop up countless amounts of information from a vast sea of memories. Yet if they were synchronizing the synapses firing in her brain, Sakura and Toko kicked off the ground at the same time, and an intense impact ran throughout the gym. Thanks to the heated battle that was unfolding in the gymnasium, Mukuro Kusato was able to buy more time than she had imagined. As soon as she entered the nurse's office, she rummaged around for medical supplies and did what she could to stop the bleeding. It was still quite shallow, but Makoto's breathing slowly stabilized. Mukuro let out a little sigh of relief. However, even though she was somehow able to stop the bleeding, she wasn't out of the woods yet. Miraculously enough, it seemed like none of Makoto's major arteries or organs were damaged. This is perhaps thanks to his ultimate luck. Or maybe he wasn't actually all that lucky. After all, the only sort of medical treatment he could hope for was partial at best. Mukuro couldn't decide. Only I could do a blood transfusion. Nurse's office should have had several blood packs or transfusions. Mukuro suspected that Makoto's body's blood type might be red as he handbook. As she reached over to search his pockets. I see you reaching for a sleeping boy's clothes. What in the world's about to happen next? Adults can keep playing, but you kids better press the B button, okay? Mukuro turned her on familiar voice and saw Monokuma standing before her. You're all alone with Makoto right now. Just think of me as a cute wild animal and let you lust and lead the way. As a headmaster, I must prevent any illicit sexual relationships, but physical education classes are just fine, Missy. Though he looked just like the one that was at the gym, it was clearly a different Monokuma. Multiple Monokumas were in place throughout the entire academy, so it wasn't a stretch for them to suddenly appear out of nowhere. Regardless, the same person was controlling all of them. Mukuro had been wary Monokuma was attacking her while she was treating Makoto's wounds. But its appearance at this particular moment seemed to take her by surprise. Junko? Asked Mukuro cautiously. Monokuma tilted his head along his entire upper body inquisitively. Junko? Who's that? Junko? Never heard of that country before. No more jokes, answer me, Junko. You were planning to kill me earlier, right? Junko this, Junko that. What's your problem? I tell you, I'm Monokuma. It must be a big disappointment if you can't even remember something like that. You're not just a disappointment as a person, you're a disappointment as a sister, too. You're too skinny and your brain and think muscles and your personality is just unbearable. I'm sorry, said Mukuro. She didn't need to apologize for hearing a little sister call her a disappointment yet again was enough to make the ultimate sister soldier recoil. Monokuma ignored her and the current situation, clapped the top of Makoto's barely breathing body and began poking his cheeks. So what are you gonna do with Makoto now? I'm really interested in human mating habits, you know. What are you... asked Mikuro before trading off. Monokuma lowered his tone and began whispering into her ear. Makoto's a pretty nice guy, huh? He even sacrificed himself to save you. He's so generous it's actually hopeless. He's not dead yet, said Mikuro. Despite her firm tone, she couldn't hide the fear and lingering in her voice. That's the most disappointing thing about you. You can't even say I won't let him die. I won't let him die, Junko. Mikuro could barely get a word in as Monokuma erupted into boo-hoos and ah-ha-has and torment her. As if you could do that. Too bad. No regrets. See you tomorrow. Wow. This is all because Makoto was the first person to smile at you? You, a disappointing, depressing, unladylike, inhuman killing machine. Quite denying he was Junko, Monokuma began speaking at length about Mukuro's past. Contradiction was very much like Junko. Mukuro was so shaken all she could do was watch the bear prattle on and on. Only the fit survive this world. The only thing that kind-hearted people can do is die, you know? That's proof you gotta watch Makoto die really soon. He won't die. Mukuro's tone of voice became irregular even since she took off Junko's wig. Aside from a conversation with Makoto, everything she said as Junko was from a script that sister written. But now there was no script for Mukuro to rely on anymore. Mukuro was treating Monokuma like she would treat her own sister. The other students are acting so weak, they never believed she was the same person who fought Sakura in the gym. Not just that, if anything from her mercenary past could see her now, her stark change in attitude might make a picture of someone else entirely. Monokuma continued to rail against Mukuro. Nope, he's gonna die. I know it's sad, but you just have to face the facts. Monokuma wriggled his limbs to dance around and pointed right at Mukuro's face. Because Makoto was going to die by your hands. Fighting among the terrorists, the big bad terrorist silenced the weak-willed Makoto before he could leak to any information. Doesn't it happen all the time? In the end, all the desperate things you said in the gym turned out to be lies you just told, just to escape. Mukuro frowned at Monokuma. You can't do that, Junko. I won't let you do that. As she blurted out those words in a trembling voice, Mukuro was gripped in confusion about what she had just said. Am I to fight Junko right now? Why? It's a strange feeling. To Mukuro, like she was standing on the ledge of a tall building and imagined what would happen if she jumped. A destructive feeling akin to her holding a friend's baby and wondering what would happen if it tripped and fell. Before she knew it, fear and anxiety let suddenly take control of Mukuro's heart. With never ephemeral and ultimate despair, Mukuro killed innumerable people. She had handled live grenades before. She descended from the sky in a parachute as anti-aircraft wiping her fire all around her. Her heart never wavered on the battlefield, and I thought it would collapse at any second. Monokuma, however, was as stable as a tree, slightly tilting his head to the side. Huh? Won't you listen to my story? I'm not the one who's going to kill Makoto. You are! What are you saying, Junko? Monokuma began giving a strange explanation to a very confused Mukuro. Do you know what a suspension bridge effect really means? It means you push the person you love off a bridge and they'll be yours for eternity. I haven't heard that at all. Life doesn't always follow what your textbooks say. It's sad, but that's what love is. His words make no sense, and Mukuro could think of anything to say as she stood there dumbfounded. Meanwhile, Monokuma continued his little speech, and actually saying things meant to antagonize Mukuro. Basically, this is your big chance, you know? If you kill Makoto right here and now, nobody will ever take him away from you again. Makoto Nagi, dead by dawn. The last name he ever spoke was Mukuro Ikusabe. The last person he ever smiled at was Mukuro Ikusabe. Doesn't that sound wonderful? There was a certain appeal to Monokuma's twisted suggestion, and Mukuro felt unsure of her own judgment. This is wrong, it has to be wrong. But it's really Junko saying all this. Does that mean he's right? Oh, this isn't Junko, it's Monokuma. Monokuma. Are you sure you want to help Makoto? Once he gets better, he's gonna know everything. He'll know what you did to your classmates. I can't believe you actually erased your friends' memories of that time together and forced them to kill each other. Makoto might get mad at you and say, our real enemy isn't the bear, it's her. Do you really want to blame me for this? Makuro's face turned pale. Where are you going to kill the others? If everyone except you and Makoto dies, you'll be able to spend the rest of the school life together. You can't hold a class trial of only 2 people. It might be a good idea for both. For you both to live the rest of your lives in this academy forever. No, that's wrong. What are you going to do if his memories return? It's not like you were dating Makoto or anything. You were just watching him from afar the whole time. Man, you're so shy you can shoot people's hearts and brains no problem, but you can't even boost some stupid boy into liking you. If you want to know who Makoto had to crush up before his memories were taken away? Mukuro trembled as Monokuma continued pressing the issue. Gradually loosening the screws, keeping her heart secure. So Mukuro chose to pretend she didn't hear anything at all. One emotion vanished from her face and she looked silently from Makoto's e-handbook. If you're looking for his blood type, it's not written in the handbook. Mukuro's face turned pale within 5 seconds. Her plans to ignore Monokuma had already failed. But since your head matches are made up of 50% kindness, I'll tell you anyway. Makoto's blood type is B! As soon as she heard him say that, all the anxiety, horror, hostility, malice, and dread churning within Mukuro had completely vanished. Thank you, Junko. Mukuro's eyes sparkled without a hint of suspicion, so she turned her back to Monokuma without a hint of suspicion, and walked towards the refrigerator containing the blood packs. Fresh blood packs should have been prepared before the plan took effect. They'll last in cold storage for 21 days, should still be good. Quite an emotionless face, Mukuro let herself feel a small amount of satisfaction as she took a blood pack from the refrigerator. As Monokuma watched her, his normally emotionless eyes twitched ever so slightly. If a third party could see his face right now, or even if the other students could see his face right now, they'd wonder, is Monokuma surprised? That's right. They had the same shocked look on their faces as they had seen Monokuma for the first time. That moment, a whisper cried out Monokuma's motionless face. There should be a limit to how disappointed you could be. It was far quieter than the mosquito's wing, even with her battle-hardened hearing. Mukuro couldn't hear what she said. Monokuma shook his head and her voice returned to normal. It's not like I care that you, the ultimate despair, had help in anything. It's not like I expected much from you to begin with, so this at least helped me feel despair. Seriously, you disappoint me. Just so you know, despair and disappointment are completely different things, okay? They're as different as bears and pandas. What are you? Mukuro's body started to shake as she turned back to look at Monokuma. He had started talking any differently than usual. Junko hadn't turned up the voice much later and started talking in a real voice or anything. Yet Mukuro was utterly terrified. She was terrified on instinct. Not as a soldier. Half the reason she was terrified because of the instincts of the ultimate despair. The other half is because she was Junko's older sister. Even though Monokuma, her instincts were telling her that Junko was annoyed with her. Junko, why are you annoyed? It's because I betrayed you? It's because I didn't die like you wanted me to. Sulked Monokuma. I'm beyond annoyed. I'm really angry. I'm really disappointed right now. I'm so pissed I could take a rage nap right now. Monokuma's anger didn't seem any different from his usual anger towards the student. Mukuro could instinctively sense another emotion mixed in. Right now she could feel that Junko was feeling hopeless disappointment. It's normal for someone who's disappointed to lose hope, but for ultimate despair, disappointment means something else entirely. To them, disappointment was tantamount to losing despair itself. Mukuro was a member of ultimate despair. Her sisters be Hest, Mukuro had soiled her hands many times in order to fill the world with despair. Despite her pride towards being a member of the ultimate despair, there was a clear difference between Mukuro and her sister. Junko, she was despair incarnate. She was born in despair, letting in effect on other people's hopes that could rot them from the inside out, twisting into her own image. For Junko, feeling hope was his own despair. Creating despair in others created despair in herself, which caused her to feel both intense pain and intense bliss. Junko walked the fracture created from the conflict between pleasure and penance all her life. Eventually, the fracture would widen until it swallowed the whole and tortured the world and tore it in half. But Mukuro, on the other hand, had neither hope nor despair for the world, at least not when she was a member of Fenrir. Ever since she was a child, Mukuro believed she was meant to spread disease because of her little sister. She didn't harbor any ill will towards the world, she simply insisted she was meant to spread despair and chose to walk the same path as her sister. The doubt she felt was only a recent development, when Junko told her about the plan, when she watched the world burn in the hands of terrorists wearing Monokuma masks. She never wavered once. However, as soon as she heard about her sister's plan to make the classmates kill each other, Makoto included, a strange feeling began to stir within her. What started as a seed of doubt grew into a tawny vine, staring Mukuro's feet. As soon as she disguised herself as Junko and finished meeting the other students, as soon as she had confirmed that everyone's memories had been completely taken away, the vine began tightening around Mukuro's heart. They're gone. Junko's the only one who knows about me now. That's it. But that's the problem, it's just like old times. Things will never go back to how they used to be, but that's fine. It should be fine. She had thanks to the past 2 years she had spent with her friends, she could betray them and deliver death and despair under them. Though her heart ached, Mukuro was beyond feeling guilt or remorse for her actions. But the question, why does my heart ache like this, still remains unanswered. Perhaps that's why she spent so much time talking to Makoto while she was in the nurse's office. When Makoto gave her that one particular answer, something changed inside her. In return, I promise if I do decide to kill someone, it won't be you. In the words of Makoto blurted out that Makoto would improvise to further harass Junko. It was an honest sentiment from the bottom of her heart. She was even planning to ask Junko herself if Makoto could somehow be spared from her plan. Over the past 2 years, Mukuro's interest slowly shifting away from her sister and towards the world itself. By extension, her interests also included Makoto, the first person to ever smile at her and make her feel connected to the world. It was like a sapling of pure honesty that had taken root in Mukuro's heart. But by the time she realized that, the tree had already rotted. As Mukuro struggled to understand the situation, Monokuma let out a sigh and said, I wonder which part of you is a wolf anyway. You're just a dog that blindly follows Junko's orders. What does the tattoo on your hand even mean? Are you just a bitch who's pledging a loyalty to Marona? I bet Tucker would say that, I'm positive. Monokuma continued to talk as Mukuro stood in confusion. I was obviously lying when I said Makoto's blood type is B. What? You lied, Junko. No person would have been suspicious. Never thought you actually believed me just now. I must have misplaced my eyes because I totally did not see that coming. Not even with my ability to predict the future. How shocking! Jeez, I had to start crying my eyes out like some sort of robot cat. Seriously. It's gonna be okay, Junko, said Mukuro. I know our plan kind of fell apart, but I'm still on your side. Are you feeling alright? Because I'll do anything. Snap! A harsh sound came from Monokuma's mouth. That sound was one of my circuits overloading. It's so long since I felt this angry. Leave me on the roof to school. I'll smash you out all your baby teeth. Monokuma started shadowboxing in front of Mukuro, who was remained frozen in place, clutching a blood pack in her hand. She still looked confused, and Monokuma threw up her arms in frustration. You're so disappointed you can't even predict it anymore. Rawr! A threatening roar burst from Monokuma's mouth as he left, as Mukuro, his sharp claws extended. At that moment, her face became completely emotionless. It's not a conscious action. The defensive instinct she honed during her time in Fenrir temporarily suppressed her emotions as she countered Monokuma's attack. Mikuro grabbed a nearby IV stand and used it to parry Monokuma's claws. However, Monokuma's claws seemed to be made with a special alloy, and easily sliced the bar in half diagonally. But instead of following up his attack, Monokuma continued talking to Mikuro. I guess you're not as much of a disappointment when it comes to fighting. In fact, if you were so pathetic to die from that single attack, it would have been interesting its own way. But right now, you're just incompetent at everything. I'm sorry, said Mikuro. I couldn't help blocking your attack, but there's no way I can fight you, Junko. After all, I'm all you have. I'm the only one who understands you at all. Mikuro's words are riddled with endless dismay. The contrast between her usual stoic self and the way she was acting now was so stark, people might assume she had multiple personalities. However, Monokuma just quietly stared at her, perfectly still as if all its functions had powered down completely. But Mikuro continued to share her feelings. There's no way I could just leave you alone. Then Monokuma broke his silence, but at that moment, a monitor in the nurse's office lit up, displaying a girl's face, Junko Enoshima. At the same time, a voice completely unlike Monokuma's began to play from the speakers. Hey Mikuro. Junko! It had been several days since Mikuro heard her sister's real voice, though her face remained emotionless, excitement sparkling in her eyes. However, that shine immediately dulled. I'm grateful to you, Mikuro. I mean it. Junko's voice emanating from the speakers sounded very gentle and kind. Junko? I'm really sorry. I said so many mean things to you. I even tried to kill you earlier, and I was about to make you do something horrible just now. Even though I know about your feeling towards Makoto. I don't. You don't have to force yourself. If you didn't notice, it was totally obvious to anyone looking at you. You never cared about the class photos. When Makoto said he was going to take one, you made sure you were facing the camera. And Junko Enoshima, the ultimate despair, flashed a smile. A pure, sweet smile. On the monitor, she looked like a normal high school girl teasing her older sister, and yet Mikuro could feel despair and anxiety encasing themselves around her. I always thought you should have tried hard to take pictures with Makoto. But I guess that's what makes you so disappointing. Still, even though you're disappointing and annoying, I still love you. Mikuro trembled upon hearing those words. I love you. That's all she ever wanted to hear her sister say. Mikuro believed. No matter what Junko said, she believed she really loved her. She believed she was the only one who could truly understand the despair known as Junko Enoshima. She was naive. As soon as she heard Junko say, I love you, Mikuro realized she never completely understood her sister. It was only at this moment that Mikuro finally understood her sister's feelings. Junko's words right now were kind. Perhaps that kindness was completely honest. The words I love you might have been true as well. However, for Junko Enoshima, this was a way of saying goodbye. She was severing the ties between them. It was painfully clear to Mikuro. And then, before she could even say anything, the girl on the monitor made a remark that cut Mikuro to the bone. I'm sure someday you'll make your dreams come true. Ultimate despairs never talk to each other like this. A simple truth stabbed you to Mikuro's heart. Junko had no further use for her. Her own sister was parting ways with her. Mikuro had dedicated over 10 years to her life to the cause of ultimate despair, and at this moment it all counts for nothing. But those years no longer mattered to Mikuro. Her sister's rejection was more than enough to send her into the depths of despair. That's why Mikuro, even now, clung to a small sliver of hope. Meanwhile, Junko was still on the monitor. Yeah, right, you would think I'd say something that nice? You're so annoying, can't you just hurry up and disappear already? Mikuro hoped Junko would say something like that. She hoped that she stopped verbally abusing her again or call her useless and incompetent. Mikuro was no masochist, but she preferred to be showered with bullets and content that endured this kind of emotional pain. But, I love you, Mikuro. Bye-bye. The monitor went black, leaving Mikuro to process the horrible goodbye she just received. As if on cue, Monokuma started moving again. Isn't family love so nice? No, wait, it's not about half of all murder cases the girl is a family member? Monokuma spoke in his usual tone of voice. It was unclear if his words were getting through to Mikuro. Mikuro let the blood pack in her hand fall to the floor and tightened the grip on the iron bar she was still holding. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Junko, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. She mumbled quietly as she was chanting the spell, and walked past the blood pack on the floor to Makoto's bedside with the iron bars in her hand. I'll do it properly. I'll make sure I do it. So. Oh, said Monokuma, perking up. What are you gonna properly do to Makoto with that big thick rock you got? Are you gonna do him? Or are you gonna do him in? Even when I'm starting to feel some heart-throbbing excitement. Mikuro looked like she'd be completely broken. Monokuma walked closer to her with eager anticipation. Suddenly, Monokuma's body suddenly floated in the air. Huh? With no expression on his face, Monokuma tried to see what happened to him. In a blink of an eye, an iron bar ripped through his body. The tip of the bar, which had been cut diagonally earlier in a sharp point, went straight through Monokuma and stabbed into a surveillance camera. The lens was completely destroyed, and the camera shot out sparks as it broke down. The iron bar was still stabbed into the surveillance camera as Monokuma dangled from the other end. He opened his mouth to say something, but only static came out. A few seconds later, his functions came to a complete stop. Without making any sound at all, Mikuro kicked Monokuma into the air. As soon as Monokuma's power source and its bomb circuits are perfectly aligned with the surveillance camera in the S's office, Mikuro plunged the iron bar into all three of them. No normal human had the skill to utilize such a technique, not even an ultimate. All the hesitation with Mikuro had vanished. Her eyes sparkled like a panther stalking its prey at night. A tense aura surrounded Mikuro, even more so than when she fought Sakura earlier. Ignoring Mikuro's lifeless form, she took Makoto as a breathe softly and remembered her sister's parting words. So this is despair. She mumbled to herself. I'm so sorry, Junko. Never really understood what despair was. She spoke without emotion like a machine. But it's going to be alright. I fully understand. Within her, the passions began to stir. So, I'll make sure I make you happy, Joker. I'll make sure I fill you with despair. I'll save Makoto. I'll make sure others don't die. I'll let them escape from this place. I'll deal with the people on the outside, too. You invested so much time and killed so many people for the sake of this plan. And I destroyed every last remnant of it from you. It's not an act of vengeance towards the sister who had abandoned her. It's an act of mercy. Stuck between yours with despair and the hope she gave Makoto. Makoto's being refined as something that was unlike despair or hope, and she had no way of knowing where her path would lead. For 10 minutes passed. The sound of the students leaving the gym and making away from the nurse's office rang throughout the hall. Just like Jack, he tried to dodge Sakura's attacks with tricky movements, but when Byakuya blurted out, "Enough already, you infiltrating pervert," just like Jack stopped in her tracks. Oh my! Getting chewed out by my bespectacled Byakuya is making my masochistic side get all tingly. See, the line between sadism and masochism is paper thin, but in my case, it's more like a Venn diagram. Words can't explain how these hot waves of passion squirming from the top of my head to the tip of my toes. Geraldo couldn't hear anything about Byakuya. The other students tied her up with a microphone cable from the gym and locked her in a room. Half the students would stay behind her to keep an eye on her, while the rest of the students left to search the grounds of the school. As soon as the door to the nurse's office opened, Kyoko saw an unfunctioning Monaco with a hole in its chest and a lens of a surveillance camera. It wasn't just in the nurse's office, though. On their way there, students had seen several destroyed surveillance cameras that scattered Monokuma bodies. This is a clear violation of school regulations, but if Mikuro was ally with Monokuma, its regulations wouldn't apply to her anyway. Monokuma inside the gym was no longer moving, and the students had lost contact with the hacker Bashiki Madurai. So the students assumed that Madurai had taken control of a different Monokuma and went after Mikuro on his own. With that in mind, Kyoko turned and looked inside the nurse's office once again. It was unusually quiet. The bloods were empty, but Kyoko could see from the bloodstains that someone had been resting there recently. It said they were already gone. Mondo remarked, but he's about to leave. Kyoko spoke up behind him. I'm going to stay here with Chihiro and search for clues. Huh? asked Chihiro, her timid eyes widening. Clues? Kyoko continued to speak in a calm tone of voice. Yes, there may be some clues in these Monokuma remains. I figured you would be the best candidate for investigating machinery. Sakura spoke up. Isn't that dangerous? Since Sakura couldn't clearly hold her own in the fight with Mukuro, she joined the other students in searching the school grounds. Kyoko shook her head and replied, Sorry to say this, but if things get out of hand, Chihiro I will just see in your way. I think it's better if we search for clues here instead of doing nothing. Since maybe these Monokuma was part of the Checkdane radio broadcast from the outside world. You certainly have a point. Understood, we'll be exploring this floor for a while. Please shout for us if anything happens. Sakura left the nurse's office. How did she destroy Monokuma like this? As Chihiro cautiously stood over Monokuma's remains, Kyoko started searching through the room. She zeroed in on one of the beds and began studying it intensely. A moment later, Kyoko was satisfied with what she found and not a small sigh before she spoke. Chihiro, let me apologize to you in advance. Huh? I dragged you into this gamble of mine, so if anything happens, run out in the hallway and call for help. What does that mean? Instead of answering Chihiro's question, Kyoko started talking to one of the empty beds. Let me say this first. I'm prepared to hear your story. No matter how ridiculous it may sound, if I was to decide if this is a lie or the truth, until I have to listen to it in its entirety. Chihiro looked confused. She didn't understand what Kyoko meant at all. The Ultimate lowered her eyes and turned to the Ultimate program to make a request. Chihiro, does your laptop have a voice recording function? Do you also have a microphone? Huh? Yeah. I wanted to use that to record everything we're about to hear. But there's no one here. As Chihiro wandered to herself, she began collecting Monokuma's parts to her laptop and turned on the record function. I'm sure we'll pick up every sound in this room now, said Chihiro nervously. Satisfied, Kyoko nodded and once again sat on the empty bed. So what were you going to do if I told everyone that I found Makoto? When she heard Kyoko say that, Chihiro looked back at her and was surprised by what she saw. At that moment, the other program was kneeling on the floor next to Monokuma's remains. From that position, she was able to see it. Of all the beds in the nurse's office, there was one bed in particular that couldn't be seen from the entrance. Underneath that bed lay a limp Makoto. A blood pack was hidden next to the bed and slowly providing Makoto with a transfusion. The contents of the blood pack were clear. Rather than blood, it seemed to be some kind of saline solution used in emergency hydration. It wouldn't be as effective as a natural blood transfusion, it was enough to keep him from going into shock. But that was the extent of Chihiro's medical knowledge. I was already surprised that Makoto had been in the nurse's office this whole time. Not only that, but Kyoko wasn't talking to the bed that Makoto was under, who sent chills through Kyu's body. However, there was nobody under the bed that Kyoko was facing. And the moment Chihiro noticed that, a voice rang out from underneath it. As soon as everyone's attention was focused on Makoto, I was planning to take advantage of the opportunity to take someone hostage. As Chihiro cautiously lowered her head until it was nearly touching the floor, she yelled at the guy who was talking. Surprisingly, the person hiding there was clinging to the frame of the bed, like a ninja clinging to the ceiling. Presumably, someone had glanced at the bed quickly, they wouldn't notice anybody was there. Though Chihiro noted how the person was able to hide in the bed for so long, she could at least understand that her strength was beyond normal human levels. The question that the person hiding in the bed was Mukuro Kusabe. But we pretended to not notice, right? Why? Mukuro's voice was cold as ice, but Kyoko didn't even flinch as she responded. because I wanted to hear your side of the story. I know you were hiding under that bed. Compared to the other, his frame was slightly more pronounced. Chihiro tried to compare the bed to see if it was true, but she couldn't tell the difference at all. Only Kyoko's natural observation skills could let her see something like that. Mukuro seemed to come to a similar conclusion and appeared from under the bed without making a sound. Her face was stoic and cold. Compared to the bomb inside Monokuma, Chihiro thought she was even more terrifying. However, Mukuro ignored Chihiro and shifted to gaze at Kyoko. She indicates a wall, then her arms fall to her sides. She threw out another question. Why'd you want to hear what I have to say? Kyoko thought about this simple question for a while, as if she was searching within her own heart for the answer. If I have to provide an answer, it's because I would wish to remain neutral. Kyoko quietly looked down. I'm currently missing most of my memories. I don't know who I am, what talent I had to be accepted into school. She heard Chihiro gasp behind her. Well, Kyoko didn't mind and continued. But even so, I believe I should listen to what you have to say. Regardless of whether you're good or evil, you must hear all the facts in order to know the truth. Good and evil don't matter. I'll come to a conclusion based on what I see and hear. I think that's the methodology that's been installed into me. I see. I completely forgot you were like that, Kyoko. But before I listen to what you have to say, I'd like to ask you one question first. What is it? Mukuro's reply was completely emotionless. Kyoko presented her question as if she was asking it of herself as well. What was my talent that allowed me to attend this academy? The answer to that question was simple. Kyoko, you're the ultimate detective. That answer marked the turning point for both girls. Q. Better understanding the situation now. Kyoko slowly raised her head and presented a theory. If my memory loss wasn't just a coincidence, then your group has the ability to erase people's memories. With that in mind, if you take into consideration the situation that's involved in the gym earlier, I can only come to one possibility. Possibility? Yes. What you said to Byakuya when he thought you were taking Toko hostage. The thing that he met 2 years ago. Most of them might actually be true. The fact that Makoto called out Mukuro's name, things that Mukuro confirmed and denied, just like Jack's outlandish claims. These key factors that Kyoko noted using her special observation skills were converging in her mind to form one answer. It's possible that Byakuya and Toko's memories were also erased like mine, but I don't think that circumstances are quite the same as mine. But if our memories can be controlled so freely, calls into question whether the day Monokuma appeared was really the same day we entered the academy. Like you said, it's possible we've known Toko Fukuoka for the last 2 years. What do you mean? Chihiro cried, still working on connecting a laptop to Monokuma's parts. Kyoko continued, speaking to both Chihiro and Mukuro. We thought we were knocked unconscious with a sleeping gas the moment we arrived at the school. But it's possible that we were simply made to think that's what happened. For example, we may have already spent the last 2 years at Heizuku Academy, and the memories of that time are completely erased. It's even possible that we aren't even ultimates at all, just random people who have been implemented with 16 years worth of false memories. Though Kyoko's claim sounded ridiculous, her face was completely serious. She looked at Mukuro once again. Which means I'm considering the possibility that your crazy story is actually the truth. Kyoko's declaration filled the room with silence. But she didn't let that silence overwhelm her. Kyoko cut through it with her own words. Without evidence, all I can do is make hypotheses. That's why I want to hear what you have to say, Mukuro. I have no intention of blindly believing what you're trying to say, or what these self-proclaimed hackers who took over this Monokuma said. She paused and lowered her eyes, then declared with powerful determination. Even so, I intend to come to a conclusion as fairly and objectively as I can. But I can only do that if you trust me and tell me the truth. Kyoko's conviction was clear from her voice. Mukuro's eyes narrowed in slightly, and the tapestry of emotions flashed across her face as she looked towards Kyoko. When she opened her mouth, her expression and voice were completely devoid of emotion. That's right, I completely forgot you were like that. Mukuro repeated this to herself softly and then faced Kyoko and declared, that must be why Toko took care to erase more of your memories compared to the others. Very well, I'll tell you everything. After Mukuro placed Makoto back onto the bed, she began to mechanically tell a story. The story of a girl who wanted to fill the world with despair. A girl who already felt truly happy when she was filled with despair herself. A plan for despair that began 2 years ago, perhaps even earlier than that. How the world was currently ruled by despair itself. Mukuro provided a brief summary of everything she knew about the plan. That's why it sounded even more outrageous than Kyoko had expected. And through her story, Kyoko was able to learn the truth about herself. Who she is and why she came to the academy. The fate of the academy's real headmaster, Kyoko's father. As she listened to Mukuro's story, Kyoko remained silent the whole time. Her face went blank when she learned the father had died. Perhaps her memory loss years earlier, the situation helped lessen the impact somewhat. But there was no guarantee Kyoko would even believe her story. After Mukuro finished speaking, Kyoko stayed silent. With her unrivaled mental prowess, she was able to listen to Mukuro's story without interrupting her or dismissing it as nonsense. Mukuro continued, You don't have to believe me. After all, any pictures that could prove my story are with Junko. All I could do is talk. After she said that, Mukuro silently walked towards the entrance to the nurse's office. When she arrived at the door, she spoke without her looking back. But if you don't believe me, you still listen to everything I had to say, so Kyoko, Chihiro, thank you. After apologizing in such a strange tone of voice, she turned to the bed where Makoto lay, breathing weakly. Make sure Makoto stays rested. When he wakes up, make sure you give him some sports drink from the dining hall or supply room to drink. Please. Of course, but what are you gonna do now? Asked Kyoko. Mikuro straightened herself up. Despair. I need to make Junko feel despair. Mikuro continued mumbling to herself as she opened the door. Something else I can do? No, there is something you can do. Mikuro stopped walking as Kyoko spoke firmly. Regardless of whether Monokuma is really Junko and Hashima or Toshiki Madorai, if you're dealing with him, you won't be able to lay a finger on Makoto. I don't fully trust you, but if you're really concerned for Makoto's life, I'm willing to work with you. Unlike Bashiki, who's probably abandoned him already. Right? I'm sorry. I don't really work well with others. Mikuro looked and then bowed to her head as she left Nurse's office. But I'll do my best. The doors closed and Mikuro was gone. I'm sorry I avoided you in something so dangerous, Chihiro. As she continued to organize the vast amount of information that Mikuro gave the Kyoko turned to Chihiro, who was still working on Monokuma. As she trembled with fear, Chihiro slowly looked back at Kyoko. Kyoko? About what Mikuro said just now. Chihiro's face turned pale as she struggled with her words and Kyoko tried to calm her down. We can't determine if anything she told us was true or not. There's no need to be afraid. But Chihiro shook her head and returned looking at her laptop. I think she's telling the truth. What are you basing that on? Well, it looks like Monokuma is really being controlled from the outside. Part of Monokuma's system had been connected to Chihiro's laptop, and she was analyzing the data within its control system. It was said that the Osprey program had noticed something unusual about it. It's a control program. I thought it would be another year before the system became fully operational. Chihiro started trembling so much she was unable to continue speaking. We can't confirm that, said Kyoko, proposing another possibility to avoid jumping to conclusions. It's possible that the similar program was being developed in secret. But Chihiro adamantly shook her head and said, No, it's not it. It just looks really familiar to me. Kyoko looked over Chihiro's trembling shoulders to peer at the screen, and that's when she noticed. It's a program. Chihiro, did you create this? All the Ultimate Programmer do is not weekly. Yeah, bookmarks. Also, character introductions for everybody, so if you don't know everybody, we'll see it now. Yeah, it's a bit silly, but hey, might as well have a look at everybody, just so you know. And we don't want these episodes to go on too long. I apologize for being such things like this, but you know, I feel it's best. All these people. And that's everybody, okay? If you didn't insert a bookmark, you lose all progress. Yes, I know. And we can just return at any point. I'll continue from that bookmark at some point, but now I need to take a break from this game a little bit. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this first part, I suppose, of reading a novel, because it is novel. And in the next episode, we'll continue on from that bookmark. Bye-bye. Yeah, save changes into that one. There you go.